So I'm thinking of it like it's my last will and testament for the holiday season. So then I have to take it all down. If you come and you see it, you'll understand what I mean, because it looks like Santa Claus threw up in our house. But anyway, on that note, I also want to just make sure that I reiterate that we have a solstice service coming up on Friday, and it's at 7 o'clock here, and it is based on the Festival of Lessons and Carols, but we're calling it the Festival of Wisdom and Song, and it's sort of an earth-based celebration of different religious practices and things like that. So it will be songs and readings and candle lighting, and we're going to end by singing in candlelight. We'll have the lights on too, but I mean, hopefully it won't bring the building down. And then, of course, on Christmas Eve morning, we have our regular service as well, which I'm looking forward to. We'll sing carols and celebrate the holiday season. Mm-hmm. So, anybody else have announcements that you'd like to share?
I have the sign-up sheet for the poetry books that we can loan out to you. If you're interested, you can peruse the list there. And let me know, just put your name on it if you want a book, and then I can bring it next week or get it to you sometime. Okay.
And if people want to look ahead to the sign up for treats and for greeters, that'd be a great thing to do in the new year, is look ahead maybe and do some sign-ups. And the link should be on the MailChimp every week, so you can find it that way, and then we won't wonder what's happening next.
I'll add an addendum to that. Those of you that have been around for a little bit, we've been working on sort of solidifying the order of worship service, and I think we're there. I think we've gotten to the point where we have a rhythm, but we're also looking for people to just volunteer to take a month where you would, when I'm here, light the chalice, ring the bowl. Learned it's not the bell, it's a bowl, or in those kinds of things. And then if I'm not here, you would be leading the service. So if anybody's interested in the new year, looking forward in signing up to lead a month, that would be great. I know that Chuck and Kelly do it, and that's great. But we'd love to offer that to anybody who would be interested.
Yeah, and leading the service does not mean doing the presentation.
Right. Thank you, Kelly.
But just what Chuck's doing today.
Yeah.
And when Brian was gone, I did last week.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, just talk to me about that. And the other little looking forward announcement is that we have a group of people who've basically either come to me or emailed me and said they want to be part of the religious education sort of planning committee. We're going to start to convene that in January after we take a little bit of a breath after the holidays. So, anything else? Well, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to reintroduce our very own Kathleen, who's going to be our presenter today. And so, in that light, I'm going to go ahead and invite you all to center yourself, rid yourself as much as you can of the chaos and the whirlwind of the world as we meditate to this beautiful prelude. I invite you, as you are able, to rise and join me in the opening words and the lighting of the chalice.
Sorry, mine not block things. I'm not used to
They're not up there yet. We bid you welcome, who come, what's that?
We don't have the opening words.
Oh, no, not that.
There's something before? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let's have a hymn first. Is my only.
Go to the slides, Rob.
The first slide is the hymn.
That's his father.
It's the voice of God, right? How about we do this? I will just read to you the words and then we can meditate on those. We bid you welcome, who come with weary spirit seeking rest, who come with troubles that are too much with you, who come hurt and afraid. We bid you welcome, who come with hope in your hearts, who come with anticipation in your step, who come proud and joyous. We bid you welcome, all who have a song in their hearts and music in their souls, who come to probe, explore, learn, sing, and listen. We bid you welcome, who enter this sanctuary as a homecoming, who have found here room for your spirit, who find in this people a family of shelter and love. Whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are on your journey, we bid you welcome with open minds, open hearts, much love, and radical hospitality. In the spirit of that community of welcome and love and hospitality, we light the chalice as a community together. And hold on for that slide. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal with love, to help with compassion, to bless with joy, to serve you, Spirit of freedom, in the fullness of community. And now I invite you to join us with hymn singing, hymn number 121. 121.
In the gray?
In the gray.
In the gray, yes. I'm gonna call things, so.
So next, we gather together as a community of seekers to honor the interdependence of life, to respect the dignity of all, and to honor the land we walk humbly upon. Friends, let us acknowledge that we now stand and sit upon the traditional territories of the indigenous people, the Dakota, for whom this very county and congregation are named, and others, the members of the original nations of this land who continue to cry out for justice, preservation, and self-determination. We are blessed with a space, a community, and opportunity to strive to live out our common principles, to bring justice, equity, and compassion into our daily lives, to resist all that threatens the earth and her people, and to live out our dream of a world community of peace, liberty, and justice for all. Let these thoughts carry us forth as we journey and worship together. It is during this time of the service where we invite you to come forward if you feel so moved to share a joy and or concern. And at the end, for those concerns and joys that are not publicly shared, we will light a final candle.
I have a couple of joys. One is that Jim is home recuperating well, just didn't make it today. And a lot of you know that I play with a bell choir at River Hills United Methodist Church. And our director, we just played our last performance with her as director. So this is for Marilyn Pyle, who is retiring after 46 years running the bell program at River Hills United Methodist.
Well, I'm going to light a candle to celebrate another year around the sun. I'm 31. I'm just joking. I will light a final candle for all those joys and concerns that remain unspoken. May we know that whatever befalls us in life, we are held in the loving embrace of this community. And now we say together for those with unspoken joys and concerns,
We hold you in our hearts.
Now, before I get out of the way and let Kathleen take over and do her thing that we're so anticipating, I have a reflective reading that is actually a sort of a piece together, with permission, a sermon as well as a story. A sermon by Mark Schweitzer and a story by Marilyn Sewell, and then I adapted it for our congregation. You'll see where that comes in. So I invite you to hear these words as an introduction to our presentation today. You may have heard the term radical hospitality without understanding what it means. Radical implies out of the ordinary. Hospitality is a word with a long spiritual history. Hospital, hospice, hospitable, hospitality all come from the same root word, meaning generous, caring, sustaining. Together, the words are intended to indicate a way of welcoming a newcomer with a presence that is not just polite, but to receive them with an extraordinary generosity of spirit. Radical hospitality is a fashionable term that rolls easily off the tongue, but to actually carry it out is a demanding undertaking. Dakota UU is not a department store, nor is it a government agency or an HMO. In all these places, one would expect to be received politely, as is our due. But no, we are a church, a congregation, a family, and it is appropriate that we ask ourselves, what is the moral dimension of our hospitality, the moral dimension of our reception of others? What is the moral solidarity that we look for with others who may not look like us or adhere to the same ideological assumptions or values? We're not talking about being politically correct or legalistic, but hospitality is a spiritual practice. This means not just opening the doors, but also opening our hearts. So what does this all mean? We say we are committed to being a welcoming community. We say we believe in the inherent dignity and worth of all. And yet we are human beings with the same challenges that all human beings have. We feel more comfortable when we're with people we know that are like us. We feel less comfortable when we are with people who don't know who we are and we don't know who they are, regardless of whether or not they have different ideas or interests or different cultural assumptions. Tribalism is a strong thing, and we need to look no further than our church family to sometimes see that. Challenging our built-in tribalism requires us to consciously and intentionally move outside our comfort zones, as these folks who are visiting may have moved outside of theirs in joining us, and opening our hearts to people who are not part of our tribe. So how do we do this? Practicing radical hospitality starts with a willingness to meet someone new on their terms, taking the time to engage with those with whom we do not know, finding out about them and what brought them to our church, listening deeply to what they say or don't say, learning what intrigued, amused, perplexed them about our service, and finding out if they have questions, steering them to a minister or another appropriate person in the congregation if you don't know the answer. In short, to make them feel valued, comfortable, and more at home, this is our duty. This simple approach is something we can all do with a little practice. It becomes a little easier over time, especially when you view it as part of our ongoing communal spiritual practice. And to that end, one particular unifying and healing set of spiritual practices come from music. In this congregation, there is an abundant affection for music, its melodious healing, and its familial embrace. So now let us turn to Kathleen, who will lead us in a celebration of radical hospitality of musical transformation.
Thank you, Brian. In the beginning was the Word, indicating that all was light and sound and vibration. The first law of resonance is everything is vibration. Welcome, dear friends. I'm very happy to be here with you and sharing sound and light. These are difficult times we are living in, with two wars coexisting. We are in what is called the ascension process, and this is why there is so much chaos happening in the world. It is difficult to watch the news. I grieve daily, as I know you must do as well. Not only in these times, but every moment calls for us to stand in love, compassion, mercy, and forgiveness. Today, my goal is to use various prayers, mantra, chants, music, and songs to heighten our awareness, to be in the place where we are the love, compassion, mercy, and forgiveness. We will be singing some songs and chanting together. This is not performance driven. This is about getting out of our rational minds and letting Spirit work in us, through us, and as us to help humanity in order to impact the consciousness of humanity. This is about raising our vibration and coming together to form a unified collective with intention for peace and for healing. At the end of my presentation, or toward the end of it, we'll set an intention together for peace in the hearts of all people, especially for Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, Russia, and Hamas. Now this is the most difficult, isn't it? To love those that are perpetrating the evil, the hate, the destruction of lives and the earth. Anytime, though, we have a positive thing here, anytime a group of 8 or more people set an intention, it is magnified for wherever or whomever the intention is being directed. This has been proven by Lynn McTaggart in her intention experiments, and it has been proven that it helps to mitigate violence and war. Let us begin to create a resonant field of energy together. I just want to give you some benefits of doing all of this. First of all, singing and doing mantra and chant, it gives us higher consciousness and awareness, gets it out of our rational mind thinking to get to our higher self with a capital S, raises our vibrational level, increases our health and well-being, and it can be intentionally structured to build community, heals emotional and physical wounds, and opens the portal to divine intervention and guidance. So at the end of everything that I do, whether it's a prayer or we do a piece of music, we are going to say, "We hold you in our hearts." We are at the intersection of 3 major world religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and all 3 of them come out of the lineage of Abraham. I've got to get some water before I speak some more. I am going to say for you a prayer. When I was part of a Sufi group, I learned how to say the Al-Fatiha in Arabic, which took a long time to learn, but this is said every day by those practicing Sufis and Muslims, and I will give you the English translation of it as well. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen. And the translation of it is, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, praise be to Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds, most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, and thine aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace, those whose portion is not wrath, and who go not astray. May we hold you in our hearts. All right. That was for all, that prayer was in honor of all Palestinian people and all those who are Arab speaking. And I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer, but not as we know it from when all we grew up saying, but this is the prayer of Yeshua, or Jesus, who spoke in Aramaic. And Neil Donald Klotz, I learned it from his book, he translates the Peshitta, the Syrian Aramaic. So he translated it, and I'll give you the translation. Avun de Boshmaya, Net Kadash Shmach, Tete Melkuta, Newe Shibranek Ikana de Boshmaya Apbara, Havlan Lachma de Sun Kanan Yomana, Washboklan Kobain Wakdahain, Ikana Dafkan Shwokan El Kayabain, Wella Telan Lanasuna, Ela patsan min bisha, metal delaki malchuta wa haila watashbukta, lalam almin, amen. And the translation is, O birther, father, mother of the cosmos, you create all that moves in light. Focus your light within us. Make us useful as the rays of a beacon show the way. Create your reign of unity now through our fiery hearts and willing hands. Your one desire then acts with ours, as in all light, so in all forms. Grant what we need each day in bread and insight, subsistence for the call of growing life. Loose the cords of mistakes binding us as we release the strands we hold of others' guilt. Don't let us enter forgetfulness, but free us from unripeness. From you is born all ruling will, the power and the life to do, the song that beautifies all, from age to age it renews. Amen. And Neil Donald Klotz added this little ending here. Truly, power to these statements, may they be the source from which all our actions grow, sealed in trust and faith. Amen. And I have a Hebrew prayer that it's very short, but because I don't know many, but this is the Shema prayer. Shema Israel, Shema Israel, Shema Israel. And it translates, there's more to it, but it translates, Hear, O Israel, God is our Lord, God is one. These words are the first words in a section in the Torah, and it is spoken and chanted morning and evening for those that really practice every day. But what's central to this, Shema, the central root is found in the middle of the word, the SHM, Shm. And from this root comes Shem, which means light, sound, vibration, name, or word. We hold you in our hearts. And now we're going to do a piece of music together. You have bells underneath your chairs. If you want to play a bell, or if you don't, give it to one of your neighbors. But we're going to do a carol. It has become a Christmas carol that is a Ukrainian Christmas carol, and it came from, the source of it is a Ukrainian folk song. And so this is to honor all Ukrainians wherever they live. And Ukrainians are both Christian and Eastern Orthodox Christian. And what we're going to do, I'm going to play it on the keyboard, but I've got to get a different thing here. Okay. So here's the sound of that. And then if anyone wants to sing, ding dong, ding dong. If you want to sing that, you may. Otherwise, you just do the bells on the So, okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, here we go. So that's to honor Ukrainians. All right. We hold you
you in our hearts.
Now we're going to watch, I'll get out of the way. I don't have an actual song. Would have had to learn it in Arabic to learn it for today. But there's a song that I found on YouTube called My Beautiful Country. It's sung by a woman named Mautini, who plays guitar and sings in Arabic, a song to honor Palestine. I'll get out of the way.
كلمة حلوة وكلمتين حلوة يا بلدي غنوة حلوة وغنوتين حلوة يا بلدي وأملي دايما كان يا بلدي إني أرجع لك يا بلدي وأفضل دايما جنبك على طول ذكريات كل اللي فات فاكرة يا بلدي قلبي مليان بحكايات فاكرة يا بلدي أول حب كان في بلدي مش ممكن أنساه يا بلدي فين أيام زمان قبل الوداع إنا بنقول إن الفراق ده مستحيل وكل دمعة على الخدين كانت بتسيل مليانة بأمل إن احنا نبقى موجودين في بحر الحب على الشطين كلمة حلوة وكلمتين حلوة يا بلدي غنوة حلوة وغنوتين حلوة يا بلدي فين حبيب القلب يا بلدي كان بعيد عني يا بلدي وكل ما بغني بفكر فيه قول يا حبيبي انت سايبني ورايح فين أجمل لحن ده هنغني احنا الاتنين يا محلى كلمة بلدي في غنوة بين سطرين يا ليل يا عين يا عين يا ليل يا ليل يا ليل يا ليل كلمة حلوة وكلمتين حلوة يا بلدي غنوة حلوة وغنوتين قمر يا بلدي أملي دايما كان يا بلدي إني أرجع لك يا بلدي وأفضل دايما جنبك على
Sorry. Okay. We hold you in our hearts. Now, in your teal hymnals, we are going to sing a Jewish song written by Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach. It's number 1011, 1011 in the teal. It's called Return Again. And we'll go through it a couple of times, and then we'll return to that first verse, return again, return again, return to the land of the soul, and we'll end. Okay, I'll just introduce this here. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Oh, sorry, we're on wrong thing here. Okay, all right, let's see. I'll start here. what we're going to do in the last few minutes here. We're going to sit in meditation for a few minutes, take some deep, slow breaths. And I just want to say, what we're going to do is very powerful. We're going to set an intention for peace in Israel, Palestine, and Ukraine, and all the people involved in that situation. It has been researched that our state of consciousness can emanate out and affect others in positive ways. When meditating, it has been shown that crime rates have actually gone down. We will use an intention today, and we'll say it out loud, or I can say it if you want to join me, you're welcome to do this, but we want to send our intention of love, peace, mercy, compassion, and forgiveness to Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, Russia, and Hamas. So it's Lynn McTaggart who came up with this intention, and she has one on her website. Since the start of this war, she's been doing this a lot. So our intention it is our intention to hold Palestine, Israel, and Ukraine in our hearts for deep, lasting peace. It is our intention to hold Palestine, Israel, and Ukraine in our hearts for deep, lasting peace. So let's sit and hold that in our hearts. Take some deep, slow breaths. And we will take about 3 to 4 minutes to hold this intention with all of our heart, mind, soul, our intention into this. It is our intention to hold Palestine, Israel, and Ukraine in our hearts for deep, lasting peace. time for reflection or questions or comments?
I'm so impressed that you could learn those languages.
I was just about to say, yeah, that's a really good point.
It takes a while. You have to be really want to do that.
It was lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was
Thank you.
impressive, I've gotta say. I've been looking forward to being here to listen to Kathleen share this, and this message has to go out wider, I feel. I'm just feeling a sense that you need to take this
Well,
further.
yes. Thank you, David. He and I are so on the same, we're like alter egos. Anyway, what has come out of this, and believe me, I was guided. My angels and with guides had me do this, okay? They came up with the idea. And it all just came together drawing on what we do here, we hold you in our hearts, and the radical hospitality, all came together. But my intention in the next year is to take this intention to people with the sound and all of that, and just, yeah, get it out into the world for peace and for people who need healing, whether they have a terminal illness or whatever, or something.
I just wanna share that I'm a member of St. Joan of Arc Parish, South Minneapolis, and I would love to invite you to come and share with us sometime. I'll talk to Julie, our justice coordinator, and see
Yeah.
how that would fit, because I think would fit in very well. I'm just saying, there's
Yeah.
possibility locally to take.
So now I've got the start of it, and I'm gonna take it forward, So thank you for
Awesome.
all being here today, and
Well, I think it's really bold, and my first reaction, or I heard from somebody else, don't take sides in this, in the whole Israel-Palestine thing, and I can't. It was really hard, it's really hard not to.
yeah,
And yet, there are good people out there that understand your message, and we have to be bold, because I don't think it's being heard enough. But I know, it's like we always say, there are more of us than there are of them.
well, yeah.
And I just, but I thought it was lovely program, thank you.
Thank you. What was I gonna say? It was hard for me during the putting this together. I realized, oh my goodness, the love and the mercy and compassion has to go to Hamas, and it has to go to Putin. They are the ones that need it, because they're the perpetrators of what we're seeing, but it's also our unconscious.
And Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
they've lost their souls.
Yeah, right,
pity
right,
them.
right.
How could you not have a soul after what some of the things that those people do?
I know.
I remember a Universalist being questioned on his idea that everybody is basically saved and nobody goes to hell, kind of thing. And they go, even Hitler or even Putin or whatever, and he says, hey, there's a long list of people that if it was up to me, I would send to hell right away. But it's not up to me, and I think universal love or God's love or whatever is
Right.
more, it transcends our normal winners and losers kind of mentality,
Right.
They're probably gonna have a pretty hard time in their life review, but other than that.
Yeah, right, in their life review, yes. And love is the most powerful force in the universe, so we really have to use it, or, be it, but this joining together, this is where our power is. Joining together, we had a group of how many here today, 20 people or something? That's powerful to do that intention. And we can do it easily. It doesn't, just have to be willing.
Yeah.
So, any other questions or comments? All right, I'll end with something here. I don't know. I'm gonna get the singing bowl ringing.
That's quite.
I guess we'll sing number one. Did you want to come and back here?
Oh, I'm really good right here.
We're going to sing 146
Which,
in the gray. Soon the day will arrive. It's a new song, so I'll play through it for you, okay? It goes like this.
Thank you, Kathleen.
You're very welcome.
And
I'm
I
happy
know I'm
to-
supposed to give you a sending insight, but I'll just say two things. One of my favorite phrases is that love isn't love until you give it away, and I believe that peace isn't peace until you give that away as well. And then my final comment is, as this wonderful presentation reveals itself, there is no person alive or ever has been alive that was not created through the divine image. And that means that there is no face that you ever look upon that is not loved by our Creator. And as hard as that is to hear sometimes, it's, I hope, one of the things that you can take with you today. Go in peace.
Stick around and help pick up on the rattle.
Thank
That ends with the peace sign.
See you back home.
Thank you.
Several of us have sung it before.
Okay, clearly.
Thank you, Kathleen.
You're welcome. Thank you for ringing your bells. Make sure you get yours back.
Nobody felt inclined with the bells to put a few dollars in the account.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. But everybody was here, I think.
Kathleen, have you ever thought of putting this on video and making it available in that format?
Oh my God, I never thought of that. Not
I
yet.
mean, this is
I've
hitting
had
me.
way
That
too
was
much
it.
on my brain.
No, but focusing on this and just doing it in this context of your own home with the people present, you know,
Right.
support the idea.
Right.
But I think it could go out.
Yeah,
Lots
true,
of other
true.
ideas.
That's an
I'm
idea.
just saying
Hi,
that.
Kitty. How are you?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Right here.
I thought we were white, yeah. Yeah.
As simple as the world. It just seems like the world.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so, yeah, so I'm gonna carry this forth. This is
Well,
my,
I tell you what I did. I
you know,
after the-
I'm gonna go to the library, maybe offer books there, or do